Well, hello friends, how are you today? If you're watching the replay, welcome. We are live right now. If you see the little red button in the corner or up on your screen, it means we're live. So I would love to know if you're watching the replay as well, let us know where you're watching from. I am Sharon from the blog I Restore Stuff, here as an ambassador on Essential Stencil Live. And that brings us to the last one. So those were all from the Western collection. The last one is the Highland Cow and Flowers door hanger. And I'm going to be using that one on my live today. So I'll show you that today. I'll just point our camera down here, make sure I've got myself in there so you can still see me. All right, we've got our round, which is a 12-inch round. It's just short of 12 inches because I can see my stencil is just coming over the round there. So here's layer 1. So that goes down first. And then you'll see how it sort of comes together when I get layer 2 and 3 out. And then, of course, we have our instructions on the back that are so helpful, that show you here's the outcome. And we're going to do layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. And you can have an idea of what colors you'll need for these layers. Okay, so we'll work along with that, but I just wanted to show you these layered on top of each other. It says layer 2 here, and we've got also our little pencil marks to line them up. Registration marks, I think you'd call them. So that will line up there, and then this one, you can also line up the edge too. So, and then we'll have our design. You might be able to see it all together. If you see through the layers, it'll all look just like a piece of art. I love these layered stencils for that reason. They can be a little bit challenging. If you're brand new to stenciling, I'd suggest practicing your stenciling first. But if you did want to use the registration marks, I don't have my painter's tape here today. And we'll start with this colour here and the woodwick. So we've got chestnut mare. And what I can do is I've got a great big blob on my brush here. We offload that as much as we can with our brush. And I'm going to go in from the edges. Actually, I'll do the green first because then I'm going to do that brown on that other colour as well, on the second layer. So let me do this conservatory green. This is the colour I'm choosing for the greenery. I'm using the fusion mineral paint. We can use any acrylic paint. It doesn't really matter. But because I stock it here in Australia and I retail it as a furniture painter, I love to use it. It's right there. It's handy. Okay, the leaves, I'll go with my 5/8 inch brush. And again, we're going to grab a bit of paint on the brush. Offload it slightly there, and just watch out for that registration mark. If we did have the blue painter's tape underneath it, it wouldn't matter so much, but just watch out you're not going to. Next we're going to do the woodwick colour. So this is woodwick by Fusion. We may need a little bit more paint on this. I don't want more paint on the brush just yet, but what I'm meaning is we might need a second coat to make that really stand out. Oh, I could have done a shadow under there. Ready for this look. That's our first layer. Okay, so kind of takes the shape of the Highland Cow. So here's layer 2, making sure. And there's our registration marks. We've got those marks. We line them up with these. And that's how we know where we're at. Now I'm going to refer to my second layer here. I find these so helpful. Layer 2, you put that on. We've got these round circles. Now to find out what the round circles are for, these round circles, they are the centers of your sunflowers that come in the final image. Let me just take that out because it's not showing our final image there. There we go. So see, the sunflowers have the round brown circles in them. So we will be going now with the brown on the inside of there, and then the sunflowers will sit around the outside. So this is our woodwick color that we did for the words, remember? And I'm going to do that for all of the dark areas of the cow. That's its next highlight, and the brown circles will come in here. And of course we've already got that brown, and we've already got the green leaves. One last little bit. And when I take this off, you'll see how those layers really add dimension to your picture, make it look like a lovely painting. So there's our brown, and that layer, that's all there is to it, just the one color, brown. So we'll lift that up and we'll see that second layer coming to life. Look at that, it looks great already, doesn't it? Now, so here again, we've got layer 3 with our registration marks. I'm finished with the brown paint now because this is just going to have cream and yellow. So we've got cream for the cows, the highlights, and I'll show you that third picture on our door hanger right here. There's the third picture on our instructions, and that's what it's going to turn out like. So our third layer, you can see the other colors that are incorporated into it. So I'm just going to move that slightly so I can see the registration marks line up here where I've drawn them on the tape, and here. Now that's all lined up and we are good to go. So all we need again is our cream color and then our yellow for the sunflowers. So I'm using Cathedral Taupe. It's just a tanny off-white color, really beautiful. And then we're going to go right over here with the eye, the horns, have these like highlights, I think they are. Highlights for the Highland Cow. Okay, so we've got our highlights there, and now we've just got to do our sunflowers. I'm going to have a little peek. Yep, looking great. I like it. It's looking good. I could go over with another layer. Let me see. No, I think it's good. I think it's great. And then so we're going to use our sunny yellow from Fusion called Little Star. These are bright sunny sunflowers. All right, there's our yellow. So let me have a look and I'll see, I may just add a little bit more of a white color to that welcome, but here's how that 3D looking 3-layered stencil turned out. Now we just have to remove our tape where we've got the registration marks done. Look at that. Isn't that just the cutest? It looks so 3D looking. And if I wanted to, which I might do that now because we have some time, so I'll just show you a little shadow looking. So where the welcome sign is on our first layer, I'm just going to add, so with a shadowing effect, what we need to do is that's a dark color, so we want to use a contrasting color, like a really light color to go with this. And so I'm going to use Fusion's Raw Silk, which is a bit whiter than the Cathedral Taupe here. And the last letter, and we'll reveal. Okay, there we go. So see how that shadow created this 3D looking welcome. I'll show you that real close. So you can see the brown shadow underneath, and because all you have to do is shift the stencil slightly on a 45-degree angle, slightly up, slightly across, either way is fine, or down and slightly across, you can do it whichever way, but that's how that turns out. So don't you love it? I love it. We are finished early today, folks, so I don't know if Essential Stencil is there, but that's all I've got for you today. But I'll have a little recap here real quickly. So that was super easy to do. If you're looking for a 3-layered stencil set, that is super easy. So you've got the 1, 2, 3 colors on that one. You only add the brown on that one, and then you add the yellow and the cream on that one. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors in all is what we used for that. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.